All right, reactions continue following the resignation of Michael Sachs, the former National Treasury's Deputy Director General, who headed the department's budget office. His departure comes amid suggestions that Presidency wanted a sum of 40 billion rand for the higher education fees plan, which of course is a speculation that Mayihlome Tshwete, Treasury's spokesperson, could not be drawn into. In his response, Tshwete assured the public that Sachs' resignation will not destabilise the smooth running of the office. Let's take a look and listen.
It really isn't my business to get into speculation about the reasons why Michael is leaving the department. What I can say and what I should speak to is issues of fact. One, that Michael is leaving the department. Two, that the National Treasury remains a strong institution that has within it capable people that will continue the work that Michael has contributed a great deal to. As you may know, Michael Sachs has about 7 chief directors who work under him. And what I know of Michael is that he has made sure that he has groomed these people to be able to continue the work that he has done a great deal for, in terms of ensuring that South Africa's finances are better managed and ensuring that we allocate money where it's supposed to be. So we as National Treasury would like to thank Michael Sachs for his contribution, and we as National Treasury would like to assure the public that the institution that is National Treasury remains strong, because it has within it a great deal of people who have the necessary skills and qualifications to ensure that the institution remains strong.
All right, and joining us now to take this discussion further is Dr Peter Baur, a senior lecturer at the Department of Economics at the University of Johannesburg. Doctor, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much indeed for coming through. Let's just almost start with the response from the Treasury Department. Is it convincing enough?
To a large degree, it could be, for the simple reason he has not been fired. Michael Sachs has resigned, and where the real concern is it ties up a lot with the downgrading with the S&P and the Moody's credit ratings. So we are very sort of concerned about how the international economy is going to actually see this.
Yeah, and a business also raised concerns that, of course, this could contribute towards factors that would attract a downgrade, as you say. But why would there be such fears?
Well, in the moment as it is, South Africa is walking a very fine line in terms of the international perceptions about how they actually see us. If you take a look at what has happened over the last couple of months, especially with the last downgrading, we know that the international community is extremely concerned, and this is obviously going to impact aspects such as credit. Can South Africa gain additional credit, foreign direct investment? And all of these implications have sort of like far-reaching consequences, such as what's going to happen in terms of unemployment in the future. Will we be able to attract additional investment to create additional jobs? And then, of course, I think there are additional spillover effects in terms of, shall we say, what's happening with the fees must fall and the impact that's going to have on universities.
So there's a lot happening. But some economists also referred to Sachs' departure as a blow. And a person would ask, why does it matter that much?
It does. It really does. The question, again, is the uncertainty that comes with it. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Who is going to replace him? So far, he has done an absolutely incredible job in terms of the Treasury. So we've created an environment where they, as long as we can bolster additional security and additional certainty within the future of South Africa, that obviously has positive benefits
because
for us.
Apparently there are also reports doing the rounds that after President Jacob Zuma talked to Treasury about this plan, it generated panic among senior officials within the department. Even apparently some even went as far as making threats to resign.
Yeah, we're looking at leadership, and we're talking about stable leadership structures. Who is going to replace the man? So if we take a look at the future and which way this could possibly take us, again, it's driving uncertainty. We need to know where to from here.
Yeah, but I was also reading some reports that the Deputy President, Cyril Ramaphosa, intends to meet with Finance Minister Malusi Gigaba to try to see how to solve this problem better, or even perhaps persuade Michael Sachs to return to his position. Do you think this will work?
I'm not 100% convinced if that would work. I think a decision to resign on a national level is a very big decision indeed. So I think, again, it's the transparency. We need transparency. We need to understand why initially has this resignation taken place, and we need a concrete solution to what government plans to do about it in the future.
All right. Yeah, because speculation was that the reason behind his resignation really was his unhappiness about the interference on the fiscal and budgetary decisions. Would this in any way undermine the department's integrity and credibility?
On the contrary, arguing against interference would actually, if anything, reappraise and, shall we say, bolster or strengthen the views that we have. If we have too much interference in our Treasury, the future of South Africa could be again seriously compromised. We do value the fact that we're a free economy, and we do value the fact that we have a lot of transparency and a lot of say. However, if we're going to undermine the role of Treasury on an international level, that could have consequence in terms of investors, investor confidence in South Africa.
So do we really need to be worried as to how things stand now?
In terms of worrying, not sure. We need to actually figure out who's going to be replacing. And as long as people are reacting to the interference, that is a good sign for us.
All right, because there was so much reaction to this. Business Leadership South Africa also saying that Sachs' resignation is an enormous concern. This is someone who's very much capable. This is a person with 2 master's degrees in economic as well as governance-related fields. So this is a loss, you say?
Yes. Absolutely. But again, you know, we are actually taking a stand against interference in our Treasury. And as long as we are fighting against that, and we are actually having a voice against that, you know, we've got to support or reduce uncertainty into the future.
Yeah, but is it also going to affect, should the president go ahead with this plan for free higher education, is it going to have some ramifications maybe on other sectors? Because there were also reports doing the rounds that they're looking at cutting social grants, for example, they're looking at freezing the rollout of RDP houses and also increasing taxes.
Absolutely, that will have a massive implication for us. Where are we going to get the funds from in the first place? Shall we take it away from our already stressed healthcare system? Perhaps our security services included. You know, as it stands, it's a process that is truly unaffordable on any particular level. By not increasing fees, we can already see the pressure that universities have been put under, and of course that's going to have an implication into our future. Access to universities is not an elitist thing. Everybody does have access to it, and given, I mean, it's a fact, you know, studying further is an expensive process one way or the other. We do have grants, and there are systems available for people to be able to study further. But cutting fees completely is very difficult, because where are we going to get the funding to run our universities in the future? Universities, I do not think, come cheap.
All right. Dr. Baur, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very much indeed. That was Dr. Peter Baur from University of Johannesburg discussing the departure of the now former DDG from the National Treasury, Michael Sachs. We're taking a break here in Morning Live. There's still so much more to come. Stay tuned.